Rotten Tomatoes, man. Yeah, they've been around for, I think they said 25 years. So apparently there's been some crazy stuff going on. Rotten Tomatoes exposed for over 5 years a PR firm manipulated movie scores by paying critics. So when you go on there and you look at these critics' reviews, at least the positive ones, because as I'm looking and reading this article, it's just that, these people were paying the critics to only give positive reviews, not negative reviews. So it's crazy because I only go and I read the bad reviews. All right. And if you're new to the channel and you want to go check out those videos, link is down in the description to all my videos where I only read the bad reviews for, some of the movies that have came out this year. Reason why I only check out the bad reviews is because that's where I feel that people are being the most honest. That's where they're giving their most honest opinions. And I like looking at what the audience has to say rather than what the critics have to say, because the audience, I feel like, is more important for if a movie is good enough rather than the critics, because if you give them the right dollar amount, they'll let you know if the movie's good enough. And that's exactly what we're getting into right here. Let's read the first paragraph of this article. Vulture reports that PR firms have been paying critics to manipulate the Rotten Tomatoes score of a movie for at least 5 years. They used Daisy Ridley's movie Ophelia as an example. Never heard of the movie, but I was curious to know what Ophelia was, or at least I wanted to know the Rotten Tomatoes score. I type in Ophelia on Google, and as you can see right here, it says 62%. But what's very strange is that when I click on this, 404 not found. And I've done this probably about like 4 or 5 times because I was like, is it my internet? There's no way because I'm plugged in the LAN cable. But it says it's not found. It's at 62%, so keep that in mind. That's what the overall critic score is. In 2018, Bunker 15, a movie publicity company, took on the task of boosting the Rotten Tomatoes score for the film Ophelia starring Daisy Ridley, which had received negative reviews. Bunker 15 recruited lesser-known critics, often paying them for positive reviews and encouraging them to keep negative ones on smaller, less visible platforms. They successfully improved Ophelia's score from 46% to a 62%. So remember how I showed you that the 62% was popping up on Google, right? So they bumped it from a 46% all the way up to 62. That's crazy. Eventually leading to a distributor acquiring the film for a US release. The critic score for Rotten Tomatoes got up all the way to a 62, being able to release in the US. Since it's been happening for the past 5 years, it almost kind of makes you think, what other movies did, have higher scores but should have deserved lesser scores? But maybe that's just me looking too deep into it, and now I'm being skeptical of every score that I see. But going back to what I said, when I do these videos of where I'm reading the reviews, I only want to read the bad reviews because that's where I feel that the honesty is at for these films, how people truly feel about the films. Yes, they're only bad reviews and, you're only going to hear the negative parts about them. We don't really have to discuss how the critics are biased towards the film, because hey, if it costs the right price, then the critics will definitely say that, the film was good, especially since it's been going on for like 5 freaking years. Let's read a little bit more for this article that we have. Bunker 15's practice of paying critics for reviews is a controversial aspect of their strategy to manipulate Rotten Tomato scores. Here are more details on this. So they have recruiting lesser known critics, financial incentives, quarantining negative reviews, changing negative reviews. Wow. So they were doing all this. So let's go on into financial incentives. Bunker 15 offers these critics financial incentives, often paying them $50 or more for each review. Wow. This payment is typically not disclosed, and it raises ethical concern about the objectivity of reviews when money is involved. So you're kind of just being ungenuine whether you like the film or not. It all goes back to what I said. For the right price, they'll like the film. It's like when an athlete gets an endorsement for, wanting to sponsor a sports drink. All right, you got Powerade or you got Gatorade. All right, if Gatorade's paying more than Powerade, no matter if you like Gatorade or not, you're gonna say Gatorade tastes good, because why? They're paying more. Let's move on into the third one, which was quarantining negative reviews. In some cases, Bunker 15 encourages critics to quarantine their negative reviews on smaller blogs or platforms that Rotten Tomatoes is less likely to see. This tactic aims to ensure that Rotten Tomatoes registers mostly positive reviews, thus improving a film's overall score. So they'll say, hey man, you know, I know you didn't like the film, but if you could put it on this site that Rotten Tomatoes isn't going to look at, slide you $50. Changing negative reviews. Bunker 15 has been known to lobby critics to change their negative reviews. They may offer to connect critics with Rotten Tomatoes editors to potentially alter a review that initially panned in a film. Now, a lot of people were already skeptical about, you know, movie critics and them reading the Rotten Tomatoes scores and them just even reading the critics' reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. So for the people that were skeptical of it, hey man, you had a right to be, and now hearing about this almost kind of proves you right a little bit even more. If you made it to the end of the video, leave a like on it because it helps out so much. Leave your honest thoughts about the subject that we discussed today. Do you trust Rotten Tomatoes or do you not after watching this video? If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more videos like this. If you want to see the videos where I'm reading the worst reviews for any of these movies, link is down in the description, or they'll probably pop up right here, there, somewhere around here. This video is brought to you by CPR Ninjas. If you live in the Central Florida area, then this is a place for you to get CPR certified. At CPR Ninjas, their passion is to provide you with knowledge and skills needed to perform high quality CPR with accuracy and precision. Javon and Lysandra Washington have been working in the healthcare industry since the mid-1990s and share 35 plus years combined in healthcare.
Javon and Lysandra are both registered nurses with diverse backgrounds, which include home care, hospital care, acute care, wound care, hospice care, pediatrics, research, and higher learning education. Together, they share a passion to reach the community, provide education that will save lives, and improve quality of life. As American Health Association instructors, they also share the same vision with the AHA to building a healthier tomorrow.
If you want to get started on a course today, go ahead and email Javon at cprninjas.com, or if you want to call, it's 813-603-6898. Now back to our video.